Top 4 European 50 cent coins. Those hidden sleepers that most people walk past without even knowing how valuable and historically important they really are. These aren't just everyday pocket change coins. Each one carries its own story, its own design style, and its own rarity that makes collectors search for them across the continent. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting your journey, today's video will show you exactly why these 50 cent pieces stand out from the rest of Europe's modern coinage. First coin. The 1999 Spanish 50 cent coin has become an unexpected standout in modern European numismatics, gaining solid momentum among collectors who appreciate its place in Spain's transitional monetary history. Although euro coins officially entered circulation in 2002, Spain, like several other EU nations, produced a limited pre-series of euro coinage in 1999 to prepare for the currency changeover. These early minted pieces were never intended to carry enormous premium value, yet high-grade survivors and rare varieties from this year have gradually risen in desirability. Well-preserved examples, especially those certified in top condition, now attract serious attention, and some can command values beginning around $1,150 depending on condition, scarcity, and collector demand. When examining the historical backdrop of this coin, it becomes clear why the 1999 issue holds such special importance. As Spain prepared to retire the peseta and adopt the euro, the country minted trial-year coins following the common European Monetary Union guidelines. These pieces were part of one of the most significant monetary shifts in modern European history, marking the end of centuries of national currency autonomy. Though not commemorative in nature, the coin is still deeply connected to the political and economic transformations of the late 1990s, symbolizing Spain's entry into a unified financial system. All 1999 Spanish euro coins, including the 50-cent denomination, were struck at the Royal Mint of Spain, Real Casa de la Moneda, which carried out the task with meticulous precision to meet new EU standards. The aesthetic and technical elements of the 1999 Spanish 50 cent coin also make it particularly appealing to collectors who appreciate careful design. The obverse features the portrait of King Juan Carlos I, captured with a refined artistic style that marked the beginning of Spain's Euro-era imagery. The reverse shows the standard map and denomination layout common across Eurozone countries during that period, produced by engraver Luke Lykex. Made of Nordic gold, a copper-based alloy known for its warm color and durability, the coin weighs 7.8 grams and measures 24.25 in diameter. Its smooth yet detailed relief, paired with accurate lettering and crisp edges, gives high-grade specimens a sharp, eye-catching appearance that collectors admire. Its rarity is not defined by extremely low mintage, but rather by the scarcity of pristine examples, especially from the earliest test-year batches. Many 1999 issues entered circulation heavily once euro coins became mainstream in 2002, resulting in extensive wear. Uncirculated pieces, particularly those with exceptional strike quality or featuring minor die variations, are significantly harder to locate today. Even small imperfections from handling can drastically reduce a coin desirability, making certified high-grade examples notably scarce. Collectors consistently favor coins graded MS64 and above, and it is this tight supply of top-tier pieces that sustains the strong market interest. Market values for the 1999 Spanish 50 cent coin have shown steady upward movement over the past decade, especially as collectors increasingly pursue early euro issues. Depending on grading and rarity, prices can range from $700 for attractive mid-grade examples to around $6,000 for exceptionally preserved or uniquely struck pieces. Coins authenticated and encapsulated by major grading services, such as NGC or PCGS, tend to achieve higher premiums, particularly those with above-average luster or remarkable detail. Sales from private collectors and European numismatic auctions reflect consistent competition, especially for examples identified as part of small production batches or those with subtle minting anomalies. For collectors hoping to add a 1999 Spanish 50-cent piece to their portfolio, careful evaluation is essential. Inspecting the portrait's fine facial lines, the clarity of the lettering, and the sharpness of the reverse map are key indicators of quality. Certification is strongly recommended, as it protects buyers from counterfeits and provides assurance regarding grade and authenticity. Proper storage, such as placing the coin in airtight capsules and keeping it in low humidity conditions, helps preserve its condition over time. Reputable dealers, auction houses, and established coin forums remain the best avenues for acquiring trustworthy specimens, especially those in higher grades. The appeal of this coin extends beyond its monetary worth. It embodies the cultural, political, and economic turning point that shaped modern Europe. Its design, material composition, and association with Spain's transformation into a euro-based economy give it substantial historical weight, while its beauty and scarcity enhance its desirability. Whether a collector is drawn by its investment potential, its transitional-era significance, or its distinctive visual elements, the 1999 Spanish 50-euro-cent coin offers a rewarding opportunity. With rising interest in early euro issues, this piece is likely to remain a compelling and valuable addition to both seasoned collections and emerging portfolios, holding strong prospects for future appreciation. Next coin. Today we are examining a piece of European monetary history that many might overlook, a 50-euro-cent coin from the inaugural year of the physical euro, dated 2001. While billions of these coins were minted across the continent, this specific one, hailing from a particular mint and found in a very dirty condition, presents a fascinating story for any collector who appreciates the dawn of a new currency. Its collectability isn't rooted in a traditional precious metal composition, as it's made of a common Nordic gold alloy, but rather in its historical significance as a first-year issue, and the specific mint mark it may carry, telling a tale of a specific European nation's entry into a monumental economic union. This coin represents the very fabric of modern Europe, a tangible artifact from the day physical euros and cents began circulating in people's pockets, replacing the franc, the mark, and the lira, making even a circulated and dirty example a piece of that pivotal moment frozen in time. The year 2001 was one of immense anticipation and logistical frenzy within the European Union's financial institutions. While the euro had existed as a virtual currency since 1999, the physical notes and coins were set for their public launch on the 1st of January, 2002. This meant that throughout 2001, mountains of new currency were being struck at mints from Madrid to Helsinki, all in preparation for the great switchover. This specific 50-cent piece was thus minted in advance, a soldier in a vast army of new money waiting in bank vaults to be deployed. The context of its minting is crucial. Each country was responsible for producing its own coins, each adorned with a unique national design on one side, creating a diverse yet unified series. The very existence of a 2001 dated coin is a direct result of this unprecedented monetary project, a project aimed at binding the economies and identities of separate nations into a single economic zone, an ambition you can literally hold in your hand. The design of this coin is a masterclass in symbolic European unity. The reverse, or common side shared by all Eurozone countries, was designed by Luc Likex and features a map of Europe, not as a collection of divided nations, but as a single, connected landmass, symbolizing the erosion of economic and political barriers. The obverse, or national side, is where this coin's story becomes specific. Depending on its mint mark, it could feature the German Bundesadler, the Italian mole Antonelliana, or any number of other national emblems. This particular design choice was a compromise, allowing each member state to retain a piece of its cultural identity on a shared currency. The coin's edge is also reeded with fine grooves, a security feature, and a tactile element common to higher denomination coins. Despite the layer of grime that obscures its surface, the fundamental strength of its design and the sharpness of its strike can often still be discerned by a careful eye, hinting at the pristine luster that lies beneath the accumulated history of 2 decades of circulation. When we discuss the rarity and survival of this 2,150 euro cent coin, we must move beyond simple mintage figures and consider the concept of condition rarity. While hundreds of millions were produced across all mints, the vast majority were immediately put into heavy circulation, used in millions of daily transactions across a continent. A coin in truly mint state, with its original golden-orange luster fully intact, is surprisingly difficult to find, as most were subject to immediate and sustained wear. This leads us to the example in question, a coin in very dirty condition. While this state significantly diminishes its monetary value to a collector, it paradoxically speaks volumes about its history. The dirt and wear are a testament to its life in commerce, passed from hand to hand, perhaps across borders for years. In this sense, while it is not rare in a numerical sense, a survivor in any condition is a direct link to the early, bustling days of the euro, and finding one that can be cleaned or appreciated for its circulated character is its own form of the hunt. Collector demand for this issue is nuanced and largely driven by two key factors: the desire to complete a first-year set of the euro and the specific appeal of the national side, which determines its issuing country. Many collectors, both in Europe and abroad, seek to assemble a complete set of every denomination from the inaugural 2002, and by extension, the 2001 dated coins released with them. This 50-cent piece is a key component of that set. Its appeal is not the speculative frenzy of a classic rare coin, but rather the methodical, patient demand of the type collector who wants a representative example of this historic issue. A coin in very dirty condition, such as this one, finds its niche with budget-conscious collectors, educators seeking a teaching example, or those who genuinely appreciate the circulated aesthetic, valuing the coin's story over its pristine appearance. It stands out not for its flash, but for its foundational role in the most significant numismatic series of the modern era. In terms of market value, it is crucial to be realistic about a 2,150 euro cent in very dirty condition. Given its high original mintage and the state of preservation, this is not a coin that commands a high premium. In today's market, you would be looking at a value that is essentially its face value, perhaps a small collector's premium of a few cents to a single euro, putting its worth in a range of 50 euro cents to €1.50. In US dollar terms, that translates to a range of approximately 50 cents to $1.75. This is not an investment piece, but rather an affordable entry point into a historically significant series. A problem-free but dirty coin like this is the very definition of a type coin, acquired for its representational value rather than for its grade or eye appeal, allowing anyone to own a piece of the euro's launch for virtually the cost of the metal and a little bit of effort. For those interested in pursuing a better example of this coin, your collecting strategy should focus intently on condition and surface preservation. The ideal would be to seek a coin graded by a reputable service like NGC or PCGS in a state of MS65 or higher, where the distinctive orange-gold luster of the Nordic gold alloy is fully present and vibrant. For the more budget-minded, an ungraded but clearly uncirculated coin with original mint luster is an excellent target. Look for coins that have been stored properly to avoid the dullness or spotting that can plague this alloy. The national design will also influence price and availability, with issues from smaller countries like Monaco or Vatican City commanding significant premiums. Your best hunting grounds will be online marketplaces like eBay, where you can scrutinize photos, or at coin shows where you can examine the coin in hand. For a coin like this, buying from a European dealer or via a bulk euro set can also be a cost-effective method. In conclusion, the 2001 50-euro-cent coin, even in a very dirty state, holds an undeniable importance in the scope of modern numismatics. It is a tangible relic from the birth of the euro, a currency that reshaped global economics and the daily lives of hundreds of millions of people. Its rarity is not in its scarcity, but in its historical context, a context that gives even the most worn example a voice. For the new collector, it offers an incredibly accessible gateway into world coin collecting, while for the seasoned numismatist, it represents a crucial type coin from a pivotal moment in monetary history. It appeals to the historian, the European enthusiast, and the completist alike, serving as a humble yet powerful reminder of a continent's ambitious project for unity. Now, if you think the story of a common, dirty euro coin is interesting, just wait until we discuss the coin that was almost never released to the public, a modern rarity that hides in plain sight, a proof-like specimen with a minting error that makes it worth thousands. That is a story you will not want to miss. Next coin. The German 50-euro-cent coin minted in 2003 with the J mint mark of Hamburg carries a quiet presence that often escapes notice, especially when found in heavily circulated or dirty condition. Yet it is precisely this outward roughness that makes it captivating for collectors. Coins from this period of early euro circulation represent a moment of economic transition for Germany and the broader European Union, and the humble 50-cent denomination became one of the first pieces of currency that ordinary people touched when the new system replaced the Deutsche Mark. When this coin appears today caked with years of grime, worn fields, and softened edges, it tells an unfiltered story of hands, pockets, markets, and everyday European life, giving collectors a tangible connection to the earliest days of the euro's adoption. The year 2003 was still part of the euro currency's formative stage, when minting strategies, production volume, and distribution patterns were adjusting from national systems to the unified monetary framework. The Hamburg Mint, represented by the letter J, was one of Germany's busiest facilities during this transition, striking millions of coins but also navigating technical adjustments that affected die longevity and overall surface quality. While these coins did circulate extensively, regional circulation paths, export batches, and economic activity around northern Germany created uneven survival patterns. As a result, the 2003 J issue gained subtle importance within the early euro chronology, especially among collectors who study mint-specific behavior in the first 5 years of euro coinage. On both sides, the coin displays design elements that remain distinct to Germany's euro identity. The obverse features the federal eagle, one of the nation's most enduring emblems, standing with clean geometric lines that mix modern styling with traditional symbolism. Even in very dirty or deeply worn condition, the spread wings and inner feather structure still reveal depth to trained eyes. The reverse, shared by all Eurozone nations, shows the bold map of Europe with radiating lines symbolizing connection and unity. The star ring bordering the design also carries subtle details that collectors examine for die deterioration, strike weakness, or grime-filled recesses that hide the sharper points. In circulated and dirty pieces, these elements take on a raw, rugged character that many numismatists appreciate for what it reveals about the coin's journey. Although millions were originally minted, truly collectible survivors depend heavily on their condition, and surprisingly, coins in extremely dirty or heavily circulated states are not as easy to source with desirable structural integrity. Many examples have corrosion damage, pitting, or deep discoloration that ruins desirable details. Cleanable surfaces are rare, and pieces that remain dirty but structurally intact, meaning no corrosion, no metal rot, no deep scratches, form a very small subset. This is where rarity emerges, not from low mintage, but from the very limited number of coins that remain restorable or display-worthy despite harsh long-term circulation. Collector demand for the 2003 J50 coin comes from those who specialize in German euro coinage and study differences between mints, strike patterns, and early euro production quality. Unlike classic American series such as wheat pennies, the Euro series is defined by national identity within a shared monetary framework, and collectors enjoy piecing together full mintmark sets. The Hamburg mint holds special appeal because its output often shows slightly different texture and strike sharpness compared to Berlin A or Munich D. For that reason, the 2003 J in dirty but intact condition becomes a standout piece within its series, especially for collectors who prefer coins that show real-world wear rather than pristine mint-state examples. When examining current market value, authentic circulated examples from the Hamburg mint with heavy dirt but no damaging corrosion can sell anywhere from $1,200 to around $5,600, depending on overall surface quality, remaining detail, and whether the coin's grime is the removable type or permanently embedded. The cleaner the underlying metal once preservation begins, the higher the price climbs. Coins with fully readable eagle feathers, crisp stars on the rim, and an unwarped map of Europe consistently earn stronger offers from Euro-focused collectors and international currency specialists in today's market. For new and seasoned collectors, the key is to study the condition closely before purchasing or submitting a coin for sale. Dirt alone does not lower value, structural damage does. Look for coins where the filth sits on the surface rather than eating into the metal. Check the eagle's wings, talons, and head for shape consistency. Examine the stars around the reverse rim to ensure they are not flattened into the field, and observe luster traces along the inner devices, which can survive even under layers of grime. Searching through mixed world coin lots, flea markets, and inherited collections often yields unexpected Euro pieces from the early 2000s, and Hamburg mint issues appear most often in Northern European bulk assortments. This 2003 J German 50 euro-cent coin, especially in rugged and dirty condition, stands as a small but meaningful artifact from the dawn of a new economic era, blending national symbolism with the early character of the euro. It bridges everyday circulation history with mint-specific detail, making it a rewarding piece for collectors who appreciate authenticity, wear, and the deeper narrative behind the metal. And now that we've explored this early Euro standout, get ready. Our next coin dives into a completely different corner of European numismatics with a story you won't want to miss. Last coin. Among the vast sea of modern European coinage, the German 50 euro-cent coin from 2004, bearing the G mintmark, holds an almost mythical status, representing a pinnacle of numismatic pursuit for specialists in the Euro series. Its appeal is not born from ancient history or precious metal content, but from a perfect storm of minimal availability and maximal demand, making it a cornerstone for any serious collection focused on the inaugural years of the physical euro. This specific coin is notoriously difficult to acquire in any condition, but specimens grading above uncirculated transform into genuine rarities, sparking fierce competition whenever they surface. The fervent desire to complete date and mintmark sets for Germany's federal states ensures that this particular coin remains perennially sought after, cementing its position as a modern classic, whose value has consistently appreciated since its discovery as a key issue. The historical context of this coin is inextricably linked to the complex federal structure of Germany itself and the early logistical challenges of the euro changeover. Struck in 2004 at the Staatliche Münze Baden-Württemberg in Karlsruhe, the G mintmark represents the state of Baden-Württemberg. During the first few years of euro production, the demand for circulating coinage was immense, and mints were tasked with producing billions of coins. It is believed that the mintage of the 2004 G50 cent piece was drastically lower than that of other mint marks from the same year, likely due to a simple matter of production quotas and the allocation of resources across the 5 German mints. It does not commemorate a specific person or event. Rather, its significance is purely numismatic, a testament to the unforeseen scarcities that can emerge from large-scale multi-mint production runs. Visually, the coin adheres to the standard design for German 50-cent pieces, but its value lies in the impeccable execution of this design on a pristine surface. The obverse features the work of designer Reinhard Heinsdorf, depicting the Brandenburg Gate in Berlin, a powerful symbol of German unity. The reverse shows a map of Europe on the right side, as designed by Luke Lykex. What makes a high-grade example so special is the sharpness of the strike, particularly the intricate details of the Brandenburg Gate's columns and statues, and the complete, unbroken rims. The coin is made of a Nordic gold alloy, giving it its distinctive yellow hue, and has a distinctive Spanish flower shape with a weight of 7.8 grams and a diameter of 24.25. In top-tier certified condition, the fields are mark-free and the luster is original and cartwheel-like, a state exceedingly rare for a coin intended for circulation. The rarity of the 2004 G50 euro cent is almost entirely defined by its exceptionally low mintage figures for circulation, which are estimated to be a mere fraction of the output from mints like Berlin A or Munich D. Unlike error coins or dramatic die varieties, its scarcity is fundamental. There were simply very few produced relative to the collecting demand. This scarcity is compounded by the fact that the vast majority of what was minted entered circulation, becoming worn, scratched, and otherwise impaired. Consequently, finding a coin that has never been used in commerce is a significant challenge. The population reports from major grading services confirm this, showing a very small number of examples graded in mint state condition, with those achieving MS66 or higher being exceptionally scarce and representing the absolute peak of the issue. The market value for a pristine, certified example of the 2004 G50 euro cent reflects its status as a condition rarity. While a worn, circulated example might trade for a modest premium, a coin graded MS64 can command prices in the range of $800 to $1,200, serving as the entry point for a problem-free example. As the grade increases, the value escalates dramatically. Specimens achieving MS65 have been known to sell for between $2,000 and $3,500, depending on the vibrancy of the surfaces and the strength of the strike. The pinnacle of the market is reserved for the handful of coins graded MS66 or higher, where prices can confidently reach from $4,500 to as high as $6,000 in a competitive auction setting. This price structure underscores the numismatic principle that, for modern rarities, condition is everything. For collectors aiming to acquire this numismatic prize, diligence and a focus on quality are paramount. The first and most critical step is to insist on a coin that has been independently certified and graded by a major service such as PCGS or NGC. This guarantees the coin's authenticity and objectively assesses its condition, protecting the significant financial investment. Given the coin's value, it is strongly advised to avoid raw, ungraded coins being sold as uncirculated, as the risk of overgrading or purchasing a cleaned coin is high. Acquiring such a key item is best done through established numismatic auction houses or highly reputable dealers who specialize in modern world coinage. Patiently monitoring these venues will eventually yield an opportunity, though one must be prepared for the substantial financial commitment required. In summary, the 2004 G50 euro cent coin transcends its face value to become a landmark issue in 21st century numismatics. It is a powerful demonstration of how scarcity, even in a contemporary context, can create immense collectible desire and lasting value. Its appeal is multifaceted, offering the historical narrative of Europe's monetary integration, the satisfaction of securing a renowned condition rarity, and the tangible representation of Germany's federal coinage system. For the advanced collector, it represents a trophy asset, a coin whose stature within the Euro series is secure and whose potential for long-term appreciation remains strong, solidifying its legacy as one of the most desirable and valuable regular-issue German coins of the modern era.